building, so we might as well just bring him on to waste
Yeah,
no
all right.
time. We got the man here himself.
All right, sounds good. We're gonna bring on Mr. Custio Clayton. He's a 2012 Canadian Olympian. He's a six-time national champion. There he is. And currently he's undefeated welterweight. And he just had a fight a few weeks ago.
Hold on, just bear with me. I'm just trying
Yeah,
to fix
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. No worries, man. No worries. Take your time.
Trying to fix this on this shit.
So I fix you, put you on mute in the meantime while he fixing that. When you're done, just let me know. I put you on mute in the meantime. But yeah, that's our Custio Clayton we got right there. It's gonna be
Undefeated.
undefeated. It's gonna be joining us. Let's see how we can do this. Let's do it like. Let's see. Yeah, that might be it right there. Yeah, that might be perfect. How that look to you?
Yeah, everything looking good.
Look like Champ's ready to go. Let me check his sound. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How you guys doing?
We're
We're doing
good,
good,
man.
man.
Very good. Very
Listen,
good.
man. It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure. Let me step back, man. I'm gonna get all excited, man. It's a pleasure to have, man, the one and only, man, Custio. Was it War Machine?
The War Machine.
For sure. For
Clayton,
sure.
man, all the way out of Nova Scotia. You know
For
what I'm
sure.
saying? The dirty thief. You know about,
For sure.
you know what I'm saying? Nova Scotia, you know what's popping. We love it by way of Ottawa. Canada's own. We was rocking with you, man. What's
For
going
sure,
on, my
man.
brother?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Just chilling, man. Just taking it easy right now.
I hear that. I hear that. That's Greg right there, my brother. Shout out to him. He
How
was
you
the one
doing?
that
Yeah,
reached
man.
out to you. I reached out to you, but I couldn't follow up. I was, busy doing some other stuff. But thank you
No,
very
I'm
much,
good.
Greg.
I'm good. Very good.
Yeah, thank you, man. Glad for having you on.
No
So,
problem. No problem.
we'll just start off. We could just give a brief history about yourself, just how you got started in boxing, and but how'd you get your start?
No, I mean, I started when I was 9. I had a older cousin that was about 12 years old when I started.
Mm,
And he, like I said, I only lived about probably 5 minutes from the boxing gym at the time. And I just,
okay.
he went there a week before me come back home. He's like, yo, I got this boxing gym that I tried, and I think you should try it. So I'm like, you know what? I mean, I'm gonna go give it a try. Went to the gym, gave it a try, and from there, I mean, as I found out that the owner of the gym was actually my great uncle. So then
Okay.
that's when everything got very good. And like I said, we took a hold of it, and I stayed there since.
Okay, nice. And coming up, were there any boxers that were your favorites? Like, who do you try to emulate your style after, or anything like that?
See, I don't even like. I mean, I won't even say I try to take my style with him. I mean, but like I said, I was always a fan of Roy Jones. I was a fan of Sugar Ray Leonard. And like I said,
Right.
my cousin Kurt Johnson was someone that always inspired me.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. So everybody knows that you just had a fight recently on Showtime against Sergey Lipinets, and we all think up here that you won that fight. You know
I
what I'm
do too.
saying?
I do too.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so like, how did it
Hold on,
feel to
Greg,
fight?
Greg,
Yo,
Greg. Hold on. Hold that question, man, before we get into that, because
okay,
we,
okay.
Custio might not want to talk to me after this one, so I gotta get some stuff off first.
Go ahead,
He
go
might
ahead,
want
go
to hang
ahead,
up.
go ahead, get it up.
but but now, I just first wanted to ask you, man. Tell the people a little bit about Nova Scotia, like where you was born, where you from, before we get into like the meat and potatoes. And we thank you again for your time. Really
For
appreciate
sure,
it.
Absolutely.
for sure. I mean, I'm from Nova Scotia. I mean, it's North Preston, a black community outside of Dartmouth. Like I said, it's, to be real, it's one of the largest black communities in Canada. Like I said, got a lot of history, a lot of stuff behind it. I mean, I get that a lot. Everyone always asking me, where am I from? What's my background? Am I Haitian? Am I Jamaican? All this. I'm like, it's hard to say. I'm like, I mean, I'm from Nova Scotia, born and raised. My ancestors from there. Their ancestors were from there. Like we go back like over 400 years. Like it's been
Mm.
a long time, and like I said, we got a lot of history back there. But like I said, it's been great.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. The reason why I say that because I had some family from Nova Scotia actually there, and I visited there for the first time. You know, you have to go to the Alexander Keys and all the big hills, and you know what I'm saying, you got to eat your donair for the first time. So like, you know what I'm saying, like, it was super dope. Like I had a dope time. So and a lot of people, and you know what's so funny about that too? There's a lot of athletes that come out of Nova Scotia that
Yeah.
people don't know about. A lot of very high class athletes, and it's amazing to see, like, you know what I'm saying, you as a boxer emerge out of Nova Scotia. And it's a tough place to live, man, in terms of, you know, the winter times are treacherous, man. You gotta tell us about the winters, man.
Oh my God, the winter, I mean, Christ, the winter, the cold was rough. Man, we get a lot of snow. It's been like a lot of times, man. We've been had like 95 centimeters of snow. We had a lot of stuff shut down,
Damn.
man. Oh, yeah, no, but the thing about it is, like, it's cold, but when you get the snow, it all comes at once. You don't get it throughout the winter months, but when it comes, everything is shut down.
Okay.
Yeah. So also I wanted to ask you, at what age did you know that boxing was going to be in your future? Now, the reason why I say that, because you started off boxing, but then you took a little break, right?
And that's good because I always say the same thing. Even when I was 9, like I said, I started boxing for some reason. I always knew that I was boxing. Because I had at like 13, I got upgraded for the nationals and all this stuff. So I won all my them years, juniors, all the junior years. Then I got into my teen years, and I'm like, you know what I mean? I wanted to become a teen. I wanted to like enjoy myself, and you know, I mean, let's say as a teenager, you go enjoy yourself, whatever. So I mean, I did that, but at the same time, I always had it in my mind, hanging out with everybody. I always had it that I'm going back to boxing always. So I mean, for some reason, no matter what I did, boxing was always on my mind.
And what was the other sport that was occupying your time while you were away from boxing?
Well, back home, I mean, back there, it's always basketball. I mean, you already know everyone's into basketball. So I mean, back there, it's big for basketball. I mean, hockey's always gonna be the place, but basketball, where I'm from, is big. It's huge.
So you can hoop, is what you're saying?
Oh yeah, I can do some ball. I can do some ball.
I love it. Go ahead, Greg. You only got a question on the Lipinets fight? I can keep going if you.
Yeah. No. I just wanted to like get his take on like how did it feel actually fighting in the States for the first time.
All right, go ahead.
For sure. I mean, but I mean, to me, that wasn't a big thing. I mean, I think all of that amateur background prepared me for all of that. Okay. You know what I mean? Like I said, I mean, I fought in the States as an amateur. So I mean, I've been fighting the amateur. I've been went to the ringside tournaments. I went to little dual tournaments. So I mean, I've been traveling the world, and for me, I think that when people were like, yeah, you go in the States, I understood that, and that's somewhere where I think all boxers want to be at. But for me, it was like another day. I mean, I felt at home. Truthfully, I mean, I felt good.
So have you gotten anybody reach out to you since the fight? Any other promoters, any other fighters looking to get you some work over there? Or just, anywhere?
Yo, Greg, hold on. Let me get it. Hold on, Greg. you getting all the good stuff, man.
I get all the good
question. Hold on. Before we get him out of here, I gotta get the people to know him just a little bit better. Just hold that question right there for me, because I want him to give us the experience of being a Canadian Olympian. What was that like to get to the trials to be an Olympian, and then actually representing your country being an Olympian?
Well, I mean, that I can't lie. That was one of my, like, even so right now, I mean, that was amazing feeling. Just the fact of, like I said, I've always represented Canada at like the amateurs and all these tournaments, but going to the qualifiers and all that was amazing. And the thing about the qualifiers is, I lost to Errol Spence in the opening at the World Championship. So so I lost to him, but then I had another chance to go into the Americans, and that's where I qualified. But it was a great feeling. I mean, once I had 5 spots. Once I got that 5th spot, man, it was like it was unreal for a minute. Like, I mean, it was unreal. It took a minute to get it in, but
Mm-hmm.
Once I came home and saw all the support, that's when you realize that, you know what, this is happening for real. But Canada been great, Nova Scotia been great. Everyone supported me so good, man.
That's awesome. Now we're gonna get into Greg's question right next. First, Yvon Michel. You joined
Yeah.
Yvon Michel. You signed a promotional deal with him. Why Yvon Michel?
Well, for real, I mean, in Canada, I think Yvon Michel is the best promoter in Canada. I mean, like I said, when I went with Yvon, I mean, I think that was the best move. For me, like I said, Nova Scotia back in the day used to be a big fighting town, but then as when you start going pro, it's not the place to be. So my thing is I wanted to stay in Canada, but I also wanted a very good promoter. I thought Yvon was the best promoter for that.
Why Ottawa instead of Montreal?
I was in that's where I lived at when I first went. I was in Montreal for about 4.5 years.
Okay.
That's where I first started. I moved to Ottawa about probably a year and a half now.
Okay. And what do you find the difference between, the three cities that people know of, which is Montreal, Ottawa, and Toronto?
You know what? I don't think it's really that big of a difference. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. I mean, listen, right now I'm in the house with my kids. I work. I go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like my life is my kids and training. That's all I do. So no matter where I'm at, when I was in Montreal, or when I'm here, it's all the same for me. I mean, I get my vacation when I'm done fighting, and then that's when I start to do everything. So for me, it was all about work. So I mean, like I tell everybody, for me being in Ottawa to Quebec or whatever, I'm like, it ain't no different for me. I mean, maybe the people that did the nightclub and all that stuff, it'll be a different for, but for me, I'm good with it.
You said you settled down, you locked in.
Yeah, you're not worried about that.
Coach just said, I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those days is over.
Yeah. Right now, my kids are everything right now. So, I mean, I just try to do the most with them, right?
I love it. Be the family man herself. That's what we are. Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, so what's your take on the boxing landscape in Canada? Like, are there any other fighters that we should look out for? Or what's the deal with that? You think there are any other fighters that could be crossing over just like you?
I mean, I think it's a lot of fighters. I mean, it's just hard for a lot of them to actually get recognized. And I think until you get that fight, just like me, I mean, until you get that fight when people really start to see what you're capable of, I think that's what it takes. I mean, you know that. Well, everyone, we already know like Jean Pascal, Adonis, them guys like that. There, them guys was big in Canada. So I mean, we got a lot of guys that actually did it, but like I said, until they got the chance to actually have that type of exposure, I think everyone's in the same position. But I mean, I think Canada got some guys out there. I mean, I think one that I actually trained with is Patrice Valdi.
Yeah, we had him on here a couple weeks ago. Yeah,
we had him on here a couple days ago.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's so on that. I think that's a guy that I think people is sleeping on right now. But I think the rest of the Canada once they really see him, I think he'll be a guy to be into.
Yeah, but let me ask you about another name. I just saw him in my DMs last night, Cody Crowley. I know he signed with PBC now, and he was calling out Adrian Broner yesterday. He's also in the division, in the welterweight division. What do you think about him?
See, I'm not even gonna lie, I really don't know much on Cody.
Okay.
I really don't know much on him. No.
All right, so you gotta somebody wanted to shout you out, so I just wanted to put it up so you can see it. It says it right there. I don't know if you can see it. It says from NB, which I'm a Scotian. I'm
maybe New Brunswick.
New Brunswick.
Yeah.
Watch the Custio fight. Had him winning. Good performance either way. Lipinets, no joke. I think that was the worst he ever looked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you get with someone that makes you look like that, I mean, that's what it takes, right? I mean, like I said, people just had to see what it was, and that's the thing too. I mean, Lipinets is a very good fighter, but at the same time, no one knew what I was. I mean, no one really know my capabilities, and like I said, I mean, I already knew that I would give anybody problems. I knew that seeing him, I knew he was a strong fighter, aggressive fighter, but I knew that people knew from what I seen with them guys, most people want to see me, like they know me for fighting. But like I said, no one really seen me box, and I knew that I'm a better like when I box, I knew that that's what I like to do, but no one really had that chance to see that. So I was like, I knew with this fight it'll bring out a very, very good boxer in me, and that's what I wanted to display in this fight.
Well, the one judge got it right. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. And but I was asking before. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Has anybody reached out to you for any future fights as yet? Anything on the horizon? I know it's been just a couple weeks.
We got real good plans right now. I mean, this Lipinets fight wasn't just a little fluke. It was, like I said, we got plans. So I mean, I want to get all up in the plans, but
yeah, no, I hear you.
Sure. We got plans for sure.
Okay, good.
All right, so I know, while we're talking about Lipinets fight, I want to get into that a little bit. I wanted people to, the reason why I asked those questions before, I wanted our audience to get a chance to know you a little bit better, because we're going to do our best to promote the hell out of you. You know what I mean? Sure. You ain't, just so they know, Custio ain't cutting us no check to do this, but you know what I'm saying? We rock with him because he's Canadian, you know what I'm saying? And we rock with all things Canadian. So we're going to promote as much as we can, and we're going to be on your neck top with everything Custio Clayton. So y'all look out for you. Hopefully we get that exclusive in-camp pass so we can do some more videos and stuff in the future. I look forward to working with Custio, you know what I'm saying? We'll come down to Montreal. We come down to wherever you at, as long as you give us the invite.
Yeah,
we'll be there.
For sure.
But I wanted to ask you, what's your take on the entire fight? Now, you were in the fight, and you've had a couple of days, a couple of weeks removed from it. Like, give us your take before I ask you some questions on it.
Like I said, I mean, to me, for real, I thought it was a very beautiful fight. I mean, I saw that, like I told people what I was gonna do. I knew that when I heard his trainer Joe Gooden talking in interviews, he said he's seen tapes on me, and he's basically what he said was, yeah, I'm a pretty good fighter, but basically all he sees is one side of me, a guy that likes to fight. But that's the problem with the part where people don't understand is I fight the way the opponent gives me to fight. Most opponent I had no choice but to go to them, but they're not gonna fight me. But I like when someone's coming to me. I knew that looking at Lipinets, as a former world champion, fought Mikey Garcia, fought a lot of guys, Lamont Peterson. It's like every time I looked at his fight, he's aggressive. So I'm like, you know what? This is where my boxing is gonna play a big part. My jab, my just ring IQ, everything is. This is what people are gonna see of me, like a all-around fighter. But as for the fight, it's like in the ring. I mean, I looked at the fight a couple of days ago. Saw it probably three times now, and like I said, I mean, I looked at it. And I can't lie. I mean, I was trying to be nice sometimes, looking trying to play right. But I'm like, man, I can't lie, man. I give it for real. I say I gave it like an 8-4, man. I can't even sit there and lie to you. All right, I'm being for real.
I'm glad you said that, because I'm coming with the fastball right down the middle, right after I asked you this question right here. It's coming hot and heavy, okay? I'm just giving you a pre-warning, all right? What is your take about the things that you've seen in that fight that you could have did differently, that either you worked on in the gym that you didn't execute well, or you felt like you just couldn't do? Like, what was it you needed to, And
the thing about that is, remember, I had like I got the fight. I won't say short notice, but short notice. I mean, like everyone knows, I really got the fight 2 weeks. I mean, but I was also, people don't know this, but I was also training to be on the same show.
Okay.
So I was gonna be on the show regardless. So I mean, at the same time, I was training, but not for him. But my thing with that is, I mean, like I said, I knew we had a little time. I knew that the boxing would be the biggest part. And it was time that I could have fought, but like I said, I mean, stepping up, fighting a former world champion, going to the U.S. I mean, it's quarantine and all this here stuff. It's like a lot of stuff there as well. My thing was to stick to my game plan. I mean, I know things wasn't gonna be on my side, so my thing was to stick to the game plan, and like I said, just execute my game plan like I told him. But looking at the fight, I do see that. It was time that I actually could have.
Hold on, did you just get a phone call?
Yeah, hold on, I got that. Yeah, it was times where I could have just, like I said, attacked more, and I think after the little later rounds, I started doing that a bit more, and it was times I could have stayed there a lot more. But at the same time, like I said, when you plan for in the gym, our plan in the gym was to move. So I mean, our plan was to move. So that's what I stuck with. But looking at it, I could have stayed there, but he's a fighter that needs me to stay there for him to even have a chance.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't trying to give him what he needed me to do.
Now, I love that you say that, and this is why like I'm so adamant on being on Canadian fighters and being in their corner and putting the camera in their face and putting the light in their face and asking them the tough questions so they can be prepared for when you get on the big stage and understand how they're looking at it on the big stage. Because I felt like you boxed beautifully, like no cap, like your stick no more was on full display. You know what I'm saying? You working that junk from top to bottom. You were paying defense like no tomorrow. The only thing about it is that you got to understand, or the team got to understand, when you came into the fight, you was the B side. Now being the B side, it's hard for you to box your way to a victory unless you like boxing, beating the shit out of somebody. You know what I mean? If I 1 or 2 rounds in there, if you would have just planted and fought, I think the judges would have felt like, okay, because he kept coming. Mind you, your punching was harder. You was bigger than him, and he knew that. So he really didn't want to stand and trade. But Lipinets can't do nothing else. That's all he can do.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You had the ability to change. You can bang and you can box. So I figured at some point, if you would have stood and just banged with him, and you did it a few times, but you didn't do it enough for the judges to be like, you know what? He actually was dominating this fight. He was just showing you that he can box. That's how I felt.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But at the same time, as a boxer, though, for sure. But at the same time, I mean, these judges are supposed to be judges that are world-class judges. I mean, at the same time, I mean,
that's true.
They ain't supposed to get it wrong. I mean, it's either a guy can come. I mean, you can be on the street and you can have a street fight. A guy can come and be tough all he wants, but if he ain't hitting nothing, getting beat up, well, I mean, who won the fight?
Yeah, exactly.
I could have did more. And when I looking back at it, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I mean, he wasn't hurting me, none or nothing like that. But at the same time, I'm a fighter that I don't take certain chances if I don't need to. And the fact is like getting on that stage for the first time at the same time with on a stage like that, it's like I wanted to make sure I'm doing everything the way I prepared for it. I mean, next time around, I could probably, like I said, I could have stood there, and to be real, to looking at it, I think I could have. To be real, I think I could have probably. I don't want to say it, but I could have broken them down.
I know you. What are you talking about?
But
Greg, hold on. Custio, are you serious? Are you serious? Coulda. You could have stopped Lipinets, man. You could have stopped Lipinets. I'ma say it.
You never know, right?
You could have stopped Lipinets. Real shit. Nah, I don't mean to. Real shit. You would have stopped Lipinets. You would have stopped his ass to the body for sure. You was bigger than him.
Exactly.
Yo, you know what we over here doing? That's what they don't understand, because they think it's sweet over here, man. You have a lot of people step up. Mind you, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Samuel Vargas, Brandon Cooks, and stepped up on big stages, and they fell short. I get it. Yeah. But you built just a little different, bro. Like, the way you was hitting Lipinets, his eyes are opening wide like this. Like,
I've been saying it for years now. I've been saying that, look, I mean, it took this long for me to really get there, but it's like, you know what? I've been saying it for a minute, man. It's already been a little too late. But, I mean, right now, where it's at, we're going to take it, and we're still going to build off of it. Like I said, right now, I'm here to stay.
And I love it. I applaud you, man. I just wanted to give you your flowers. You know what I'm saying? Why you can smell them.
You won that fight. You won that
fight. We rocking with you. When 100%. You see me like this, is because I'm passionate, man. I love. You know what I'm saying? Your brother like me.
I like that.
I want to see you do your thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for you heavy, because when I'm on these American shows and whatnot, and I'm talking my junk, you know what I mean? I gotta eat crow when you fall short. When I'm talking that talk, I'm talking that talk. What? You don't stop that boy. You know what I'm saying?
You want to make sure you back it up at the same time, right?
So when I'm talking to you, although I'm giving you, I gotta let you know, like, yo, the people on me, man. You gotta listen, man. You gotta cut. You know what I'm saying? And but
no, you got to. I mean, like I said, it's a lot of people that felt I should have. And like I said, but at the same, and another thing, when you're in the ring, it's harder to actually see what you can do until afterward. Like, we had a plan, and I knew that I was doing my plan the right way. But after looking at it, I'm like, okay, I could have did this, but when you're there, you see things different when you're in that moment. It's different.
Yo, Custio, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like, I thank you for your time, first of all. I'm loving this. Like, this is what I love to do. I love boxing. Let me tell you, brother.
For sure.
You look like you could have went another 6 or 7 rounds. You look fit as shit.
Yeah,
like,
man.
you was like,
Man, like I said,
I'm watching him go, and
that's
I'm
how I
like,
train, even though, like I said, short, but that's how I train. But like I said, it'd be even better next time. But I mean, we don't know what's going to be next for sure, but it's going to be something for sure.
That phone going to ring. Trust me when I tell you,
it's ringing now.
It's been ringing.
Oh, you can fight like that?
Sure. We just ain't 100%.
And I love it, you know what I'm saying? I love it. Your team, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was, you know what I mean? And it's tough to see when you step up. And I hear Teddy Atlas say it all the time, like, fighters supposed to win the fights that they win. And that's why I'm kind of glad, you know what I mean? I want to give you a take on some of these fights. You know, Lomachenko passed and he fought Lopez. I want to give you a take. Like, that boxing got right. But boxing could have gotten that wrong.
In certain ways. And when you look at it, like it is certain ways, and I think they did. They did.
But boxing could have got that wrong because they were expecting the young boy to knock out the old veteran.
They had good judges.
But he outboxed the shit out of him.
Yeah, but then it's the different way they look at it. I mean, like I said, the way Teofimo was fighting, man. I mean, like I said, right from the first even to the last, I mean, he showed a lot. See, with me, I mean, Lipinets wasn't fighting like that. I seen fights where when you see Lamont, when you see even Garcia. When he got dropped by Garcia, he came. As you can notice, yeah, he was aggressive. But if everyone really look at the fight, he wasn't that aggressive with.
Because he was
hurting him. That's
exactly.
right. Yeah.
So that's where it's like I was seeing things too. So I knew that, like for me to stop doing what I was doing, he gotta stop. He gotta make me have to do something different. I didn't need to.
Your uppercut was landing beautifully,
and every time
you threw it, I was like, damn. That boy Custio doing that. He painting that Picasso right now, man.
Oh yeah.
No, but for real though. But you know, I wanted to ask you about some of the fights coming up. You know, I mean, we had some of the fights that passed, but we have Terrence Crawford that's fighting this weekend. You know what I mean? And we got Earl Spence on December 5th, which is a couple weeks before. But before we do that, give me your take on Gervonta Davis fight against Leo Santa Cruz, and then Devin against Gamboa.
Man, I'm telling you that uppercut right there, man. I mean, that was a beautiful uppercut. I can't say nothing about it. I mean, that uppercut, man. And at the same time, some people, I hear a couple people say they come out of nowhere. Man, you got to realize, I mean, Gervonta just throw them type of punches.
Yeah.
I mean, he threw them type of punches. And when he catch you, he do catch you. So, it was a matter of time. That's the same with Teofimo and Lomachenko. It's like Lomachenko paid himself box, but at the same time, he knew that he had to make sure he don't get caught with nothing like that. And that's the same with boxing is you got to make sure at the end of the day you don't get caught because anything can change.
Anything can change. And what do you think about Devin and Gamboa?
I think that.
Hold on. You gotta tell me about that.
For me, Haney is a very, very good fighter, and I don't think that he was able to really show everything in that fight because, I mean, Gamboa, like I said, he did hold a lot, and you could see that he was trying to survive most of the time. So I mean, but even if you look at that when he fought Tank didn't look that good in that fight. Until he knocked him out, he wasn't looking that good as well.
You better tell him.
So I mean, to me, when they say style makes fight, style makes fight. You gotta look at that. Style makes fight.
Yo, Devin is a beast. People sleeping on Devin. Sure. His boxing ability, his accuracy is next level. When that power catch up,
the guy is good.
When that power catch up, that's all I'm gonna say.
You can see it, and it's gonna come. It's gonna come hard. It's gonna come really, really hard.
All right. So, what is your take on Kell Brook and Terrence Crawford this weekend?
I mean, you gotta go with Crawford. You have to. But I mean, I think Brook can. I know that he had a lot with Golovkin, he had a lot with Spence and all these, but I think if he can at least come to fight, I think that people be in for a good surprise. But I don't see him winning, but I think that he can give a very, very good fight. And probably Crawford's biggest test for real. But can he really come like he was before? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing.
I want to ask you quickly, when you look at these fighters in your division, when you're watching a fight, do you think about what you would do against them as you're watching the fight?
Most of the time when I'm watching the film, I just try to watch it, but then I watch it again. Then it's like I'm looking at it as in to see how I would fight them or what I would do.
Yeah.
But watching the fight, like when it's happening, I just try to enjoy it and try to get the most of it, just like a fan, like everybody else.
You're a fan. Yeah. All right, Francis.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to ask you, December 5th, Errol Spence coming off the car wreck, taking on Danny Swift Garcia, flat-footed, big swinging left hook blindly, Danny Garcia. Because I'm big fish all day. Now, mind you, listen, if you're the one that IBF eliminator, you know what I'm saying? I'd have been rooting for you, even though I'm a big fish fan. You know, I'm gonna keep
for sure.
You know, but tell me what you know, because you already know I'm biased when it comes to big fish. So tell me.
I think for Spence to be taking this fight, I think that they do know something. I don't think he's taking this fight if the car accident hurt him. If the car accident really hurt him, I don't think he would be taking this fight. So I think that, to be real, I think he's 100% for this fight. I think he had enough time, along with everybody else with the pandemic, that he's recovered enough. I think he's gonna look good in this fight. I can't even lie. But the thing with Garcia is, I still think that Spence can't really get caught by him either.
You really think so?
Everyone knows the guy can punch, and I've been heard from other guys that Garcia he can punch. He really can punch. But I think Spence beats him. I really do.
You think Spence beats him?
I think Spence beats him.
I do too. I
don't think he sits there and trade with him. I think that he give him a little mix. I think he's gonna box a bit, but still fight him at the same time.
And I think
me, Garcia, once he put that head down, throw that hook, anything can happen. But I just think I think Spence. I think
Garcia closes his eyes too when he throws that hook, man.
Yeah, like when he throws that hook, man, he throws that from nowhere. He throws it, he turns everything, but I think Spence didn't prepare for that. But the guy can punch in both hands and he can box. But if you look at Porter fight with him, Porter's not a boxer, but I think Porter was able to box him a bit that left him where if you're not standing in front of him, that's where you need to be in front of him.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I have to ask you this. A few more things before we go. Again, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
I know it's very valuable. But I got to get your take on this whole Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder saga. Are you a believer, one, in Glovegate, and two, the accusations that he has come out and has said himself, not from other people? Let's start there.
I don't think, like I said, that's the way Deontay feels. I just think it's so much other stuff that go on that I don't think that stuff really happened. We got some big guys. So when you look at the gloves, the gloves do look a little fishy, but you look at the gloves before you even pick them. Deontay had to be there before he picked the gloves. So at the same time, he would have seen the glove that Fury was getting. So I don't know. I don't really know what really, but I really don't think it's.
So you don't think it is. So you don't think that it's possible. You don't think it's possible for him to slip his glove outside of the wrap, because you're a fighter, so right? He can't.
Yeah. But if that's the case,
inside of his glove,
it could be something. Like but like I said, like when you're there with the commission, everyone has to check this stuff. That would mean that nobody, like even before the commission give them the gloves, they have the glove. I'm pretty sure when they take them gloves, they look at them gloves. I would think so. But
I would think so.
It's hard to say. But my thing with the Deontay thing is, I feel that Deontay should get another fight with him. I think that should happen. I think only because the first fight, man, everyone knew that first fight was good. Second fight, Fury did do his thing. But for me, I feel that they got to give him another chance, because I mean, I think that's where the problem is with some of the boxing nowadays too. Is when you look at the older days back then, you had like just say Berto Duran, all these guys, Sugar Ray Leonard, all them guys fought each other, and they always gave each other a chance no matter what. But I think right now it seems like no matter what, people easy to say, okay, no, I don't think he deserves to fight the next person. To be real, to even the Joshua fight. I still don't. To me, I mean, yeah, okay, Fury did what he did, but to me, Wilder and Joshua, that's still a fight that I don't think that is a tough fight. I can't even lie.
That's of course, Wilder, Joshua, why not? Of course.
Yeah. See, I see people saying that Joshua don't need it now, but I don't. To me, you can't say that, because I mean, yeah, Joshua. I mean, Wilder lost, but sometimes you can't. Stop writing people off when they lose. I mean, give them another chance, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So
he deserves it.
So also, what do you think about the allegations that he came out against Mark Breland, his trainer, spiking his water
I don't think that was right at all. I don't think that was right at all. I mean, like I said, the guy been with him for a long, long time.
Yeah.
To me, I don't know how he's feeling right now to even think that his coach would do that. I don't know. For him to think that his coach would do that, I don't think that his coach would have been a part of that. I mean, like I said, Wilder wasn't giving you a little bit of money, so I don't think he would be a part of the other side like that. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, and the last part for me on this, before Greg goes, last part on this for me is the Go ahead, Greg. I lost my train of thought. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to ask, what are your, without giving away too many things, like what are your goals for the future, with future fights? Who are you targeting? Well, you don't have to say who you're targeting, but
you gotta say who you're targeting. Call them out. What do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean? You better call them out, man.
You want to call
them out? Names have been thrown out there. I mean, but I've been doing that for a while. I mean, to me, I played any of them right now at the top. I've been asking for that for a long time, but now that I got my opportunity, I mean. Plus, I could see happening another rematch with me and Lipinets. I can see that happening. Okay. I also could see is a fight with me and Porter. I can see that in place too. I can see
you know who I want you to see
Porter
you fight
right now. I can also see that too.
Can I tell who I want to see you fight?
Yeah, go ahead, tell me.
Let me see, Greg. You think you know who?
I don't know. The way you did. Ugas. Okay.
I want to see you take that belt from Ugas.
That's something too. I would like to see
Ugas.
Well. And
yeah,
I think
that would be
a
the
lot
fight
of
right
fights
there.
Right now is something that can be made right now. And like I said, there's a lot of names out there right now. A lot of fights that, like I said, I mean, me, I'll take either one of them, and I'll be happy to take either one of them.
Because if you get that belt now,
I'll be ready for whatever they bring. When we think this time, I'll have a real camp because we ain't taking no short notice.
And I love that. I love that about that whole situation. So listen, man, just a quick hit question before we get out of here. I just want to know, what is your pre-fight and post-fight meals that you like to have?
Pre-fight, like I always have, because like I said, cutting all this weight and stuff, I always got to get pasta in me. I need pasta in me. I need pasta. And then after, I need a steak. I can't lie. I need a steak.
You need a steak. And
I got to have a steak. Got to be well done, though. It got to be well done.
Yeah. I hear you, man.
You don't got to explain. What is understood never needs to be explained.
Yeah, we know what it is, man. Gotta be well
done. But yeah, we love it, man. But Custio Clayton, we thank you very much for your time. I want you to go ahead and definitely drop your social media for those out there that want to get in contact with you and know what's going on with you.
For sure. On Twitter and Facebook, it's Custio Clayton. And on Instagram, I'm at Custio_Clayton.
All right, Greg, go ahead.
All right. No, just thank you again for coming on, and you're welcome to come back here anytime. And
for sure. Like I said, right now, I mean, I enjoy this a lot. I mean, like I said, anytime we can get something going, I mean, I would love to, for sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. You know what? I'm glad you said that because we want to get some of these Canadian fighters out and more exposed and letting them know that, you don't have to go all the way to the U.S. We can try to do it here. And that's what we're trying to offer.
Exactly. And I think that's what a lot of people need. I mean, I just feel even with a lot of here, you don't get a lot of coverage until you get to that stage. But I mean, the young people now, they need all the support. And I think that will push them. And like I said, it's great you guys are doing what you're doing.
And if they can reach out and get in contact with you and connect with you, and you can give them that little extra motivation and drive, I'd love to be that
Sure,
that
for sure.
middleman in between that to make that happen. But yeah,
For sure.
listen, man, keep on your journey. We're rooting for you. We look forward to talking to you
rooting for you,
again.
man. Canada. Yeah.
Canada all day long. The flag we fly. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand, but they will.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I know.
And you were day one too, so just so they know, like, you know what I'm saying, when you win your world title and whatnot, we're gonna remember telling that we've been here since day one. We've been watching him, but we finally got him on the show. We were trying to sort out everything.
We'll have more for sure. We'll have more for sure.
Yeah, man. When this pandemic is done, man, we want to get in the gym with you and, you know, get a closer look at what you do.
Yes, yes.
All right, so blessings to you and your family.
Right,
y'all stay safe during this whole corona pandemic situation, and we'll talk to you very soon.
All right, thank you. Thank you, guys.
All right, blessings.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
There you go, right there, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, Greg.
No, that was Custio Clayton, man. We promised him. He came on the show. He gave us an insight to what he does and the plans that he has going forward. So once again, we're glad to have Custio on the show, and definitely want to build boxing over here in Canada. And you know, we love doing this kind of stuff, you know, getting in the fighters' heads, seeing what they're about, what they do, and promoting them ultimately. And any other fighters, you know, like I always say, you know, we are a platform here from all levels, from amateur all the way up to the pro level. So definitely hit us up, or we're gonna either reach out to you, and we're gonna make it happen. And thanks again for Custio for doing this.
Yeah, thank you, Custio, man. Appreciate it. Cool dude, man. I can't wait to, you know what I'm saying, to get up with him in person and chop it up with him and have a quick laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
He looks like a cool dude. But thank y'all for tuning in, being a part of this. Again, we try to bring you more content, more fire. It's on the way. Thank you very much. Life Lessons, great interview. We're trying to do it, and we're going to continue to build and grow. Just keep it locked, man. Greater things are coming for myself and WB Boxing right here in Canadian boxing scene. We're gonna kick this door so wide open. They gonna be wondering what happened, where y'all coming from. We've been here. It's just that y'all didn't let us in. So guess what? We made our own door. We coming. I appreciate everything you do. If you didn't hear the interview, you already know what to do. Rewind and go check it out. Some great gems in there. He talked about his career and everything like that. But we're gonna have more with him. And shout out to Patrice Patrice Vonley. I'm gonna get that right one day. Don't worry. Patrice Vonley taking on his opponent this weekend. We're gonna be rooting for him. Maybe we can do a live fight chat on that if you're available.
I'm actually gonna look for see where we can all watch that fight, see if there's any links or streams, and we'll definitely bring that out to the masses so you could see Patrice do his thing. So we'll definitely, as soon as we get that information, it'll be up on either our Instagram or we'll be talking about it here before the fight on Saturday.
For sure, all day long. All right, we out. Peace, y'all.
All right, peace.